What's up, Bulls Nation? Peck here. We got a live CHGO Bulls postgame coming up right around the corner. Bulls blow out the Lakers in LA, 146-115 the final. Coby continues his streak with a 36-point night. Matas Buzelis, a career-high 31. And Josh Giddey came this close to a quadruple double. We'll break it all down next. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome in to CHGO Bulls postgame. Coming to you live after midnight here in Chicago from our CHGO West Loop studios. I'm Peck, Bulls_Peck. That's Big Dave. Bow. AWL Sports. Will the Go Gottlieb. Perfectly coiffed as always. Will_Gottlieb. And the queen of the controls, the one and only Katie Duffy. What up, Katie?
What's up, Katie?
Hello.
Hit them hard.
Hello.
Hit them hard again.
Hello.
Make them feel you out in L.A. And drop the bomb on LeBron and Luka right now. Suck it, Bron. Bulls win. Yeah. In your face.
Nobody can feel anything out in L.A. It's a city full of plastic surgery. No one has any senses left over out there. Post-game, CHGO Bulls brought to you by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app. Use that promo code CHGO365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Shout out to all of our fellow Bulls fans hanging out with us late night, early morning, middle of the day, wherever you are across the globe. We appreciate all of you joining us. Hit that like button wherever you are. Throw us a super chat if you're feeling generous. Gentlemen, that was one of the most dominant displays I've seen in a while.
Incredible.
1A, Lakers are frauds. 1B, take that LeBron. I will never, as a Bulls fan, be mad about a dub over LeBron James.
No.
I love him. They're rare, sweet morsels of life. And, I hope he comes back from whatever this 2-week quad. It was a quad, right? He sat out for a couple weeks.
I believe so.
Yeah, I think so.
He kind of just like sleepwalked through the first half. Came alive a little bit in the second half, but it didn't matter. Like the Bulls just straight up dominated that second half.
Dude,
dominated.
Smacked them across the face and then back smacked them across the back of their neck.
Yeah.
Like it was just disrespectful. And when that back-to-back threes happened in that fourth, when Matas hit his, and then Giddey got his 8th steal, and then he passed it over to Coby and hit the three, I screamed game over to all y'all. I was like, the game's done. And then that's when J.J. Redick heard us away from him, was like, yep, put the scrubs in. It was 6 minutes left. And he was like, nope, put the scrubs in. We are done. Coby White outscored their whole team. Take that in right there. He outscored all of them. Coby had 36. I believe Luka had 34. He outscored all of them. You know what else was close to Luka? Matas Buzelis with 31. 31 points in
Career
29
high.
minutes.
Let's go.
Oh, my God.
Let's go.
Incredible game, man. And, of course, Josh Giddey doing almost Hakeem Olajuwon shit. That's impressive to me. When you start doing that kind of stuff, now we're talking about impressive things. That man had 15 points, 10 rebounds, 17 assists, along with 8 steals. And shout out to him for saying a couple of those steals just fell in my lap and I just got them. But it don't matter because guess what? They said, nope, you get it. And as long as they do this, it counts. The man almost walked there with a quadruple double. It's only been done, 4 times in the NBA. Mm-hmm. That is impressive, all right? That is super duper impressive from a guy like Josh Giddey. I tell you, when a guy who doesn't have a move to score is scoring, and I told you his superpower is rebounding, he's going to get 10 of those. But the assists, because the Bulls were absolutely running. They were doing that all day.
Fast break points, I believe Bulls had the edge 30-12 tonight.
Insanity, man. 17 assists is crazy. But yes, 8 steals. He was a plus 22. I mean, pluses all across the board for the Bulls team. There were no minuses in the plus-minus column for the Bulls. Everybody was on the plus level. But Josh Giddey definitely led the way. Coby led the way as well. And Matas Buzelis, I'm just more excited about that because, of how I feel about Matas Buzelis. I've seen Coby have these kind of games. I know Coby can do this. Giddey doing this, I'd never seen him get close to a quadruple-double. I don't know if it's happened before in Oklahoma City, but this was my first time watching him do something like this. He balled the hell out. He deserves all the credit in the world. He balled the hell out against a team, the Lakers, a serious straight-up contending team who people think is going to make a deep playoff run, and I'm over here like abolish the West, because if this is the case, man, the Bulls just ran through them dudes, man, like milk. They ran through them, dog. Like, I was just really impressed. It was really fun to sit there and watch that, and now I'm ready for the revenge game. I'm ready to bring the Lakers to the UC and watch that play out as well. But all around, there's more stuff to get into and more players to get into, but all around, just a fun, amazing game by the Bulls, man.
And I think, like, the last couple of weeks, we've all been fairly, I think, skeptical of, is this, like, real? Is this sustainable? I mean, the Bulls are playing out of their minds. Trey Jones is having, like, a career shooting since, like, he's come over in that trade. And obviously he's out with this game, but you're having, like, a 28 point per game march from Coby. You're getting some of the best play that Giddey's ever had. And you're beating all these teams. Now, granted, it's Toronto, it's Philadelphia, it's Orlando and Miami who have been really struggling. It's Indiana without Halliburton. It's Sacramento without Sabonis. But this was like a legit win against the 3rd seed in the West. And I think there's a big difference there between having a bunch of like one-off wins against bad teams versus putting together a streak of 7 wins in 9 games and taking care of business against the bad teams, but then also stepping up and meeting the moment against the really good ones. And the Lakers were fully healthy. We talked about LeBron coming back, but Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic, Dorian Finney-Smith, all those guys were on the injury report. They all played. Luka was incredible in the first half, had 29 points and 7 threes. And the Bulls just ran him off the court. And it actually reminds me of in 2021 when they put together the Lonzo and Caruso and, Zach DeMar Vooch group, and they had a very similar thing where they just went to LA and they ran that Laker team off the court. And this really resembled that to me. It was a really encouraging, because we knew, and we talked about this during the game, I've talked about it for the season, we knew Giddey was going to put up numbers, but to do it, and that's where I wanted to wrap this whole thing up, but to do it in a game like this, when he's been playing well and he's continuing to play well, and now doing it against a really good Laker team that's one of the better defenses in the league. That was a very encouraging game and one of the more fun Bulls games that we've seen all year.
Yeah.
It was a fun one. Our guy Connor in the comments saying this is a team right now. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. And even as a skeptic myself, how can you not believe that after seeing them perform the way they did tonight? Because everybody had a hand in this game, like in a positive sense. And I truly mean that. Like, so Billy went basically 8.5 deep tonight because Julian Phillips was short leash, and I think until garbage time only had 5 minutes. Basically went Collins, Pat, and Dalen off the bench as far as significant minutes, but they all were, they all had a positive impact on this game. Dalen was a +8. He had a solid 13-point, 4 assist, 4 rebound night, couple of steals. Collins, 9, 3, and 4 off the bench, and then all 5 starters in double figures and then some. 2 30-point scorers and your quad double for Giddey. That is a team effort. And I think greater than the sum of its parts is an argument you could make for this Bulls team right now.
And that's kind of how they have to play. I mean, they're not a team that has Luka Doncic or LeBron James, right? And I think Giddey is really stepping up and meeting the moment. Coby is legitimately playing like an all-star, like I mentioned this month. I mean, 28 points per game those are all-star numbers. He's doing it efficiently. He's getting to the line. He hasn't even been shooting the 3 very well, and he's still scoring efficiently. And that just speaks to his ability to get to the rim and to hit threes. But yeah, I mean, when you are playing fast, you're going to be able to put up bigger stats, more numbers. And when you are able to sustain that, you tire teams out. And that's exactly what they've done. You can't, there's not enough credit to go around for, obviously the players are the ones that are producing, but like, this is the strategy that Billy and the front office tried to put together from the start, which was to turn this team into a high octane offense. And they've done that. And they've gotten guys like Herter and Trey Jones who have fit right into that. And this style is kind of allowing them to play above their heads a little bit, so to speak, and kind of produce that result that's greater than the sum of their parts.
Yeah, they're playing with a chemistry too as well. Like, I don't want to remove that from what they're doing out there. Those guys are really clicking together, you know, like you can see the joy that they have playing with each other. And it doesn't matter who's out there. You just lost Trey Jones, who was balling and clicking for you, and you didn't miss a beat. Like, you did your thing. When Giddey went out and Trey Jones stepped in for him, they didn't miss a beat. They continued to do the same kind of thing. So there's something to be said about the chemistry of this team and what they have. Do we think it's real? Do I think it's real? I don't know. I still don't know yet. I'm just know I had fun watching this game tonight and how they balled out. I don't expect them to continue to do that. If you want to, that'd be great. But I have to take this game for what it was tonight, which was an amazing, insane game. Yep. Like, season highs in points and assists for this team tonight, man. Like, they just played incredibly well. And it was just so much fun to watch, man. And we'll see if it continues.
And you know, good for them. And with that win, the Bulls are now 18-18 as a road team this season. Mm-hmm. I mean, that one had, you know, a flop written all over it if you want to just kind of go like, okay, the road trip so far has been like, you know, loss, win. Tough Lakers team. Mm-hmm. They get LeBron back tonight. They have Luka out there playing. Luka drops near 30 in the first half. And all right, Bulls shot hot, and they, you know, played even for the first half. The Lakers are the superior team. They're going to come out and prove that in the second half. Mm-hmm. No, the Bulls did that in game 5 of a 6-game West Coast road trip. Mm-hmm. For that context, I think the win is all the more impressive. Anthony in the comments saying, I know we all laugh when AK said 9 to 10 good guys, good players. Yeah, we sure did. And he deserved to be laughed at. But their pace in conjunction with their depth is a bitch to play against. Andrew saying a lot of overreacting and Kool-Aid drinking in the chat tonight, given it's the Lakers with LeBron and Luka healthy. I'll allow it. Anthony mentioning the pace and the depth. Again, you know, solid bench performances from their 3 key bench guys tonight, even knowing Lonzo's out, Ayo's out, all this stuff. Like, I think that is what this Bulls team's biggest advantage is right now in these regular season games, is the pace at which they play. Mm-hmm. And some nights it leads into trouble, and the Bulls are the team turning the ball over carelessly because of the speed at which they're trying to play, and it bites them in the ass. Tonight, we saw the Lakers be a team that was kind of careless with the ball at times as well, and they just refused to even try to keep up with the Bulls. Yeah. The Bulls were running circles around them.
Yeah, and I mean, that second half, I expected the Lakers to make a move. I mean, it was a 3-point game, you know, going into the half, and the Bulls had played well. They played really, 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 really well. And going into that second half, you assume that's what really good teams do, is they try to separate, you know what I mean? They just try to run you off. And they started off, you know, hitting a 3. Like, oh, okay, well, let's see, you know, if they can do this. The Bulls said, no, absolutely not. We're going to continue to run. Defensively, I think the Bulls had a good advantage because the Lakers don't have a center like that. And the Bulls definitely took full advantage of that. Vooch with a 12-12 game out there. But just the fact that any shot that went up, the 50-50 balls advantage was the Chicago Bulls. They were getting their offensive rebounds that way and making them pay for it every time. And, of course, the steals. Like, they really just – I don't know what the Lakers were doing offensively. They would just, like, here's the ball, go do something, you know, to a guy like Austin Reeves and Luka and LeBron. Like, just go do something. And they couldn't be done. Like, the Bulls would not allow them to do these things. And then they would get out and run and do what they wanted to do out there on the floor. So, like I said, it was just really great to watch and really fun to watch them do it this kind of way. And against a team where, you know, all eyes were on this game. Like, well, I shouldn't say all eyes, but more eyes were definitely on this game.
If you're playing the Lakers,
it's the Lakers.
All eyes are
yeah,
on this
because it's the Lakers, man.
And LeBron's first game back after substantial absence.
So people are watching this. They are absolutely watching this. And so for them to see this, it makes them pay attention to guys like Coby. Makes you pay attention to Giddey. Makes you pay attention to Matas and so on, man. But they put forth their best effort of the season. And they did it against a team that everybody was looking at.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned the steals and like how they were able to do it. I think they kind of dropped back in a lot of these pick and rolls and just forced Luka to either take mid-range jumpers or like float up lobs. And the Bulls, I thought, did a really good job of like pulling all the way back off of them and like deflecting passes. That was how Giddey collected a lot of his steals to those lobs to Jackson Hayes. And then they were out and running. And they just like you guys said, I mean, they ran laps around the Lakers. Giddey was awesome, getting the ball up ahead. They had a ton of layups. I think on 2-pointers, they were 67%. So Just the ability to get to the rim. And, they had a very good 3-point shooting night too, 19 of 41, so 46%, but 20 free throw attempts. They were getting downhill. And just the Lakers just could not keep up with them.
Yeah.
We got to take our first break right there. Still plenty more to get to in tonight's game, breaking down a bit more in depth the games we saw from Coby, from Josh, from the Rook, Matas Buzelis. Hit that like button if you haven't done it yet. Throw us a super chat if you're feeling generous tonight. Keep the comments coming. We'll get to as many as we can. And here are some ads. Post game tonight brought to you by Bet365. Guys, I had a great day with Bet365 yesterday. Those tourney games, whoo, I was cooking. Feels good. Shout out to all those teams who have already punched their ticket to the Sweet 16. We got another fun day of college hoops on deck tomorrow.
Okay.
The place to make your bets, y'all, Bet365. With Bet365, the early payout offer, you're a winner if your basketball team goes up by 20 points with an instant payout on straight bets and parlay selections marked as winners. Download that Bet365 app and use promo code CHGO365 when you sign up. Plus, you're also going to be able to take advantage of that incredible offer for new customers who will get $150 in bonus bets when you place your first $5 bet, win or lose that $5 bet. That's all you got to do. Sign up, put $10 in your account. Take 5 of it, make a bet on the game that you are excited to watch tomorrow, the game you feel like you got a good angle on tomorrow and what's going to happen. Put a $5 bet anywhere on that game, and you will see $150. Enter your account in bonus bets after that bet concludes. Win or lose. Bet365, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 21 and older if you or someone you know has a gambling problem. Crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER.
Yeah, I need to talk about my man Ray.
Ray.
And I need to see your place to do it. Need to see it, the ads. I have to see it. So I got to get this right to talk about my main man out here. Because there's only one person that I trust to get a new vehicle from. And that one person is Ray. That's who I'm trusting. Because it's the March Radness sales event. It's going on right now at Ray Chevrolet in Fox Lake. That means the latest vehicles you're looking for are now priced with game-winning savings. Ooh, this nice laptop, too. Like 0% financing for 60 months, $0 down, 0 payments for 90 days, plus 0 hidden fees on select new Chevy models. Or check out their selection of over 125 vehicles priced under $20,000. With one of Chicagoland's largest Chevy inventories, you're sure to find the perfect vehicle for yourself. And as one of the top-selling Chevy dealers in the Midwest, they're able to keep their prices competitive, so you know you'll get a great deal. Plus, Ray's Price Promise lets you shop confidently because a guarantee of no add-ons and no hidden fees and no gimmicks means the price you see is the price you're going to pay. You don't have to worry about price changing, stressful negotiations, no tricks, no woozies, and definitely no wazzies. The people at Ray Chevrolet just want to help you get the right vehicle for the right price. Go see it for yourself. Visit our partners this March at their convenient location right on Route 12 in Fox Lake. And don't miss out on their March Radness sales event going on all month long. For 0% financing on select new Chevy models. Shop Ray Chevrolet in Fox Lake or RayChevrolet.com because they've been serving the community since 1963. Together, let's drive.
Let's drive.
See which way I went?
Drive out to the coast.
Right there.
Come out to the coast. We'll have a few laps. Who's up for an LA road trip? So we can all go congratulate the Bulls on that hell of a game they just played.
I mean, I'll do that.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, why
These
not?
comments are hilarious today.
What are the people
They're
saying
going nuts.
in Bulls Nation, Goat? Are people drinking the Kool-Aid? Are y'all drinking the
Half of
Kool-Aid?
them, I would say 90% are drinking the Kool-Aid, and then you've got guys like Timothy who's saying, we are at 31 and 40, everyone relax.
Hater.
Again, this is what I tell you all the
There
time.
have been a
When
lot
you've been
of
starving for so long and you see something like this, this is like, oh, this is the best meal of my life. It will never get any better. We're going to have these meals all the time. Absolutely not. Not a thing.
There have been a ton of suck it Peck. Giddey is amazing. Pay Giddey $40 million a year. I mean,
40.
It's like, again, it's hard to weigh this portion of the season against not only the season as a whole, but also the career so far as a whole.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said this last show, like the best thing that can happen for the Bulls right now is that Giddey emerges into a star.
Yeah.
And there's no way you can be anything other than impressed with what he's been doing. The 3-point shooting is obviously like, he's not going to be a 50% 3-point shooter, but you saw it today where he was off the ball and somebody really closed out hard to him and jumped, and he was able to, get into the lane and make a play. And like, that's the kind of thing that was the reason why he couldn't play in the playoffs last year, because he was being left wide open and not making those threes. They were daring him to shoot, and he wouldn't do it. Now he's making those threes, and that's forcing defenses to have to play him a little bit differently. That allows him to get into the paint. And to me, it's easing a lot of the concerns about, can he be able to play off ball, and can he complement a guy like Coby White, or if another star comes in? Obviously, like, again, small sample, 50% is not going to sustain, but like the way that he is able to maneuver and navigate the game now when he doesn't have the ball, that's been probably the most impressive part of this. And again, like, the hot shooting is what it is, but the offensive rebounding has been really great. The playmaking and just like being able to get into the paint and draw fouls. He continues to play at a really high level. And yeah, I mean, if this is what he's going to look like, I think the Bulls are in great shape.
Yes, correct.
If he's going to be able to put up a quadruple double every night,
like, he's the man if he's able to do that every single night. Yeah, absolutely, man. And that's what I think that's the one thing I've just been harping on since he started playing well from the beginning with that Knicks game. And I said it immediately after. I was like, look, this is great, and I love it. I want the consistency. I just want it all. And I didn't mean 10 games. I didn't even mean 20 games. I just want to see it all the time from Josh Giddey. And to his credit, he has been showing it all the time. And I'm also wondering where the level is, because is he going to be this hot, like Will is saying, like this kind of guy who's shooting 50% from three, putting up quadruple doubles, or is it going to be a guy who is, 10 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 turnovers, and stuff like that, stuff we were seeing in the first half of the season. So I'm trying to just find the balance of Josh Giddey, and I'm having fun trying to find the balance of Josh Giddey, because my God, how can you not enjoy watching him do that kind of stuff? It's amazing. And we almost saw something. I don't know if any of you have ever seen somebody just have a quadruple double. I've seen it before. I've seen it. But man, it was incredible to sit there and watch him do that, and to do it on the road and to do it while all eyes on you says something about him, about the Bulls team, about all of them, because they did it in LA. It's not the Clippers. They did it in the Lakers' house.
Real LA.
You know what I'm saying? They did it in the Lakers' house, bro. LL Cool J sitting on the sideline watching this. Shout out LL. So I just was really impressed by that, but I still want to know what's the baseline. But if he wants to continue on doing this stuff, have at it. It's great, and I hope he continues on with it for real.
And I think, like, I mean, we talk all about the contract stuff, but like, the Bulls had an opportunity to get a deal done this past summer. It didn't happen for whatever reason. I think that there's an argument to be made that, like, it's better for the Bulls if they go into the playoffs or the play-in or whatever, and he plays really well and he alleviates a lot of the concerns that people have about him. Yeah. And now you have that information in addition. Yes. You can make a more informed opinion with that.
Yeah.
Are you going to be able to get like a really team-friendly deal after that happens? No. But at least you know what you're buying into. And I think that's another big piece of the puzzle here, is like paying for something that you're not sure about, or like the potential or the uncertainty there, when the risk or there's like high risk, high reward with a guy like Giddey.
Sure, absolutely.
You can do this, but then there's also times like last year in the playoffs. And I think like at this point in the season with the draft situation, I think the best thing for them is to be able to get the best possible, information, the most data that they can, and really understand how Giddey fits into the future so that they can make the most informed decision when they pay him. Because he's going to be around. Like, this is the guy now. This is the one that they are like building their team around or with or whatever. And so, yeah, I mean, like, if he continues to play like this and he does it in the playoffs, then, and like teams try to sag off of him or not guard him and he makes them pay for it, or then they start to close out and he like kills them for that. Like, this is the information that you need to feel more comfortable at him. So the draft pick is like behind us now, in my opinion. Like, they are going to have like the 13th or whatever pick if they don't make it, or they'll have the 15th pick if they do. Yeah. But the opportunity to collect more information about Giddey, I mean, that's super valuable. And you get a sense of like, is this for real or is it not? And that helps you decide how to build. It helps you decide what to give him. It helps you decide what other players you need to bring in beside him. I think it's valuable information gathering time.
And shout out to Giddey for doing what you're supposed to do when you're in a contract year, and it's make it difficult on the front office to offer you something you don't feel you don't deserve. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's making it difficult for them. And that's what all you can do as a player is go out there and perform at your best. And he's performing at his best. Like, you know, like
better than
he's got best. A tux on when he's out there on the floor, bro. Like, he is performing truly at his best out here. And that's what you're supposed to do when you're in a contract year. Try to make it difficult on the front office to get you the money that you feel that you deserve out there. So he's doing exactly what he's supposed to.
I'd feel like a lot better about overpaying for a guy that you know is good or you know has solved the big questions about his game than getting like a slight deal on a guy that you still have questions about, if that makes sense.
Sure. Yeah. Also, I think it was our pal Michael Walton, who I saw on Twitter the other day, saying like, yo, like Giddey's getting the bag from AK.
Yeah.
And like you're talking about it being like, hey, it's the player's job in a contract year to make it hard for the front office not to pay them or to not pay them what they're proving you that they're earning. And Giddey's putting up those numbers.
Like 30 mil is nothing.
Michael was like, yo, honestly, like Giddey's going to happily, or AK's going to happily throw that bag at Giddey because Giddey has made him look less bad.
Yeah.
With the production levels.
And that's a great point.
Because AK got roasted for that trade.
Yes.
I see a lot of people in the comments saying like, can now we say the Bulls won that trade? It's a year. You know, I think that requires a much longer timeline. I'm not going to go on any kind of anti-Giddey rant. Sorry to disappoint those of you who were waiting and hoping for that. Giddey played great tonight. Giddey's been playing really well a lot recently. But to me, it still comes down to Rise of the Bond 3 in the comments said this team has a championship ceiling. I think if the Bulls throw a bunch of money at Josh Giddey and a bunch of money at Coby White, you know, respectively in the next year and then maybe the next 2 off seasons, or maybe, you know, however that goes in the order. Obviously, Giddey will come first. Will they also pay Coby big to stick around? I disagree that that's a championship ceiling team. I think that is a maybe second round.
But then the pressure is back on ownership to spend.
Right.
Like right now, this is not a team that is worth going in luxury tax for. It hasn't been for the last couple of years. And there has been no flexibility for the front office to be able to make moves. That's why it took 3 years for them to get out of the situation that they were in. Now they're out of it. And the question is, do you commit again financially to where it's going to be difficult to make moves or decisions or bring in other good players? Or do you try to keep that flexibility? And Giddey's going to play a huge role in that. So will Coby and Ayo. And I think, that's even more reason to understand what you're getting yourself into. And I think had they gotten a deal done before the season that was at $30 million per year, people would have freaked out about it. It's only 20% of the salary cap. It's like not that bad where you're seeing other guys make similar money. But the reason why it would have been more stressful at that time is because you weren't sure about the fit.
Yeah.
And we're still not sure about it. It's been 10 games or whatever. But he's making steps towards answering that questions. He's putting his best foot forward, and he's playing out of his mind. You can feel a lot more comfortable with it once you've seen that. And the problem is now you're just not going to be able to get the team-friendly deal. Yeah. So that was the opportunity cost.
Yes.
And now you're in a position where, okay, you're going to have to pay him. Great. But you at least know what you're getting yourself into. And if he continues to play this way, then they should be happy to give him whatever they want.
You're going to get that bag, baby. They coming at it. He's going to get it. But playing like this is what you're supposed to do.
But yeah, then the point is, okay, so if you want to get more good players and you paid Giddey and Coby or Ayo or whoever, now it's on ownership to decide.
Correct.
Okay, let's go into the luxury tax and bring in another star here so that we can really turn this thing forward. But again, 31-40, haven't even made the play-in yet. I mean, it's obviously trending that way.
Yeah.
A lot can happen between then and now, but these are the conversations that the front office needs to be having when you're looking at the young core that you've constructed and they're playing really well.
Yeah, it's true.
South Garcon, our guy, pointing out he was not looking like this when Levine was here. I don't know if you were referring to Coby or Giddey because there's a lot of love for both in the comments. I think either way that answer is true. You know, we're seeing peak versions of Coby and Giddey since the departure of Zach. I do not think that's a coincidence because Zach LaVine in his own right was playing like a star to get traded.
I mean, 12 straight game Coby got 20-plus points.
Yeah.
First time he's ever done that. So
Incredible.
yeah.
We can talk more about Coby and Matas on the other side of the break. And then, of course, we still got to figure out who the Goon of the Night is. I mean, incredible candidates all over the place. Hit that like button if you didn't do it during the first ad break. Let's get those likes up. Shout out to all near 800 of you watching live with us very late at night if you are a Chicagoan, wherever you are
marvelous.
around the globe. Bulls Nation rolls deep. Appreciate y'all. Hit the like. Here's some ads. Post game tonight, brought to you by Sam Adams, American Light. Let me just take a quick second, y'all.
Oh, take your time. Well, I show him the hoodie.
Oh, I didn't even know that you're wearing the hoodie.
Oh.
Y'all can clearly tell how soft and amazing these hoodies are because one of the three of us has basically been wearing our Sam Adams hoodie for the last 2 months.
Man, dog.
Every day.
This hoodie's amazing.
Sam Adams American Light is crisp, clean, and super easy to drink. No gimmicks, no fluff. I never ordered or asked for any gimmicks and or fluff in my beers.
Nope.
Just delicious beers.
That's right.
Sam Adams American Light is not your average light beer. It's brewed with 100% American sourced ingredients from local independent farmers. It's a light beer that's made right, in other words. Light beer should never feel like a compromise. I hate compromises.
Yeah.
Compromise is just a fancy word for losing.
Loser.
So don't lose when you're choosing your beer.
No
choose
losing when you're choosing.
Sam Adams American Light. Crack one because you'll want to crack another. And then another. And then one more.
Oh, yes.
It's always Sam season, y'all, with Sam Adams American Light. Light beer just got better, so grab some Sam Adams American Light. Available now at select Chicago retailers. Must be 21 and older. And please, please, drink responsibly.
Drink responsibly. Coming at ya. Giddey, what's happening?
Game time hoot.
Well done. Well done. I'm very proud of you. That's good stuff.
Game time hoot.
I feel like I should have said it twice.
What time is it?
Game Time's got that awesome new feature. It's called Game Time Picks. It makes getting tickets for events easier than ever. Game Time filters out the thing Matt Peck hates the most, fluff, to show you only incredible deals to get great seats so you don't have to waste your time searching through thousands of tickets. You know why? Because that curation makes it easier to find better value for tickets to sports, concerts, comedy, theater, anything you want to do. Of course, they got that lowest price guarantee. Of course, they got that Game Time ticket coverage, which comes with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. But they got the Big Dave and Matt Dave favorites.
My best friends call me Matt Dave.
Yes, that's right. I like Dave Matt. He's a cool guy. They got the seat views. All right. We need to know where we at.
That's
where
right.
he sitting? Where can he stretch out and put the dogs? All right. That means his feet. Where's the beer? Where can I get some Sam Adams American Night?
Leg room.
And do they sell the merchandise also? Because I would like another Sam Adams American Light hoodie. Where's the bathrooms? How can I escape up out of here when they're playing the last song? Anything. We need to know all of this. Who will be sitting in front of me? Where's the seat going to be? Will I be bothering them if I hit my knees up against that thing right there? All that is in your mind and your brain too. And answer it with the seat views. So take that guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create the code, use that code CHGO. Get yourself $20 off your first purchase.
Terms apply. Terms apply.
That's CHGO. Get yourself $20 off your first purchase.
Terms apply. Terms apply.
Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets though is price guaranteed because with the go Gottlieb. What's happening?
Game time. Who?
Game time hoot. Rolling along CHGO Bulls postgame presented by Bet365. Hanging out late night. Big win out in L.A. Wow. Just incredible. Incredible performance. Incredible team performance. Plus, of course, the incredible individual performances of Josh Giddey, Coby White, and Matas. Let's. I do definitely want to touch on Matas, but let's talk about Coby for a sec because we also did shower Coby with love.
We did
in that game on Thursday night. It's like, okay, so the question oftentimes is, and I think I saw our guy Briscoe going back and forth with somebody about this on Twitter the other day. Shout out Briscoe. Like the Coby White streaks, right? Hot streak, cold streak, slow start to the season. Then he ramps up. Last season, we see this incredible, near most improved player caliber season. Comes up just shy against Tyrese Maxey. Career high, 19.1 points per game. And then, kind of an up and down start to this season. We still got Zach here. Vooch is still here. We're trying to figure these pieces out, integrate Giddey. Coby kind of takes a back seat for the first part of the season. This last month, these last dozen games, all of which, as Dave, you just mentioned, 20-plus points, and including several of them as 30-point games. The 44-point game.
Good God.
He has 6 career 30-point games, I think. He's got 44, 36, and 33 in this stretch, I think. I mean, or maybe is that 6 on the season? I don't know.
That's insane.
Coby is playing lights out, and as we talked about the other night, he's getting it done all over the place. And then tonight he reminded us, I'm still Coby White and can get hot from 3.
Yeah.
Because like we've been talking about how he's been struggling behind the 3-point line and still giving us these quality performances over this stretch of games. And tonight he was like, yeah, how about 6 of 9 from 3? And you saw him pulling up from all over the floor.
Yeah.
And some of them were misses and some of them were hits, but like Coby has never lacked for confidence when it comes to his 3-point shot.
Never.
And like when he has all of it cooking, 12 of 17 from the field, 6 of 9 of that from 3, and 6 of 8 again tonight, getting to the free throw line. The next game after he got a career high, 13, 14 free throw attempts on Thursday?
Yes.
I mean, Coby is just in like FU mode right now. He's like, Lakers, you can't guard me. Nobody on your team can guard me. So I'm going to score.
Yeah, and I mean, he also led him in plus minus. He was plus 28 for him tonight as well.
Incredible.
I mean, the free throws, man, like you just mentioned, that's what stands out for me, because it's not the 30-point performances, even though it's amazing, and it's not the 3-point shooting, even though it's amazing. What's new is getting to the free throw line. That's new, and that is what separates you from being just a good player to being a star player. Those are the things that separate you, and Coby is closing that gap by getting to the free throw line. That is exactly what he's doing. 8 times, 10 times, 6 times, however you want to put it, getting to the free throw line is super duper important. We saw DeMar DeRozan live there during his tenure with the Chicago Bulls. We saw Zach LaVine not live there during his tenure with the Chicago Bulls. And he was trying to get those fouls. He just didn't get it. It's clicked for Coby on how to get those fouls, man. Like early in the first quarter, he got a call on the baseline where he was fading away on a shot, and they called that foul. And I didn't even think it was a foul, but I watched him draw it. And what he's getting now is respect from the referees, because they're like, oh, yeah, that's a foul. Yeah, let's get that to him. That's a foul right there. I think of guys like Jimmy Butler, whose entire game changed because he knew how to get to the free throw line. Like, he was a scorer for sure, but Jimmy Butler would go to the line 10, 12 times a game, and that's what it would do. Donovan Mitchell is another one that was like that. Yeah, he scored 70 on the Bulls. He went to the line like 24 times. Like, you go to the free throw line, man, and when you get there, you make them pay. That's what Coby has been learning, and that is exactly what he's been doing, on top of the ball handling that's gotten better, on top of the start, stop, and the layup package. The layup package has gotten so much better with Coby White. He was making some layups tonight. I was like, damn.
That coast-to-coast he had that finished with the reverse?
Damn.
Dude.
Dude. The start, stop he had where he laid it with the right on the left-hand side. I mean, it was completely vicious and completely nasty, man. Like, Coby is been really, really awesome for the Bulls, man, and I hope it continues for him, man. It could happen to a better person.
Our guy Rob, just real quick, saying Coby's hezzy game is elite. He is wrong-footing defenders so easily. Yeah, ditto. I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, the driving game for him is what's turning his game to a different level. I mean, 72 free throw attempts this month, which is already, I mean, there's still a handful of games more here, but
wait, 72
attempts this month.
Wow.
Yeah. Last month it was 43, 31, 30, 53, and then 17 in October.
Notice the difference?
Yeah. I mean, it's a different
Jeez.
it's a different thing that he's doing. And what's impressed me the most is, like, you watch his game, and there are some games where watch him the last 5 years. It's like there's games where he gets hot and then he's like, okay, I'm hot. I got to keep going.
Yeah, correct.
And right now what you're seeing is from the jump. I mean, it wasn't last game. He had 31 of his 35 in the second half. But today, and really, like, for stretches throughout this period of time, it's like my job right now is to be the guy that sets the tone scoring-wise. This is not, there's no more Zach. There's no more DeMar. This team needs points, and they need to come from me. And he knows that. And so I think his aggression in general and his confidence in the way that he's playing, and understanding that it needs to come in the form of drives and getting downhill and getting to the free throw line, like, that is a new mentality for Coby. And I know he's put a lot of work into his game and has done a lot of reflecting about where he needs to improve. To me, this, like, mentality switch is the biggest piece, because the skill has always been there. You know, the 3-point shot comes and goes. He was 0 for 9 the other night. And he's only 31.5% prior to this game in March. So that tells you how aggressive he's been in scoring at the rim and at the basket. And guys are just like falling off of him. He's just putting his shoulder into guys and creating space, the deceleration, the change of pace. He's been incredible. Like I know Giddey has been outstanding, and like the numbers that he's putting up are really eye-popping. To me, like the step that Coby has taken this month is like, this feels very real to me. Whereas like, I feel like I still need more information about Giddey. Like this feels like something that can sustain, because it's not just the hot shooting, right? It's like a complete overhaul in the way that he is approaching the game. And that's exactly what you need from like an A1 scorer. And that's what he's been. 28 points per game this month.
Yeah. Awesome.
Just awesome. Force Within saying just when I thought Coby couldn't be a star, but you're right. Doing it from the free throw line is a difference rather than just the hot shooting. Ben Him 922 saying, yeah, Coby knows he's the #1 scorer now. Meanwhile, DeAndre Wright saying, Peck, put some respect on the Bulls' name. Now they are beating good teams. See, the S is where you lost me. Teams, plural? Because this was the Bulls' first win against an above 500 team since January 27th, if you exclude the Halliburton-less Pacers.
Oh, man. Yeah, we need a little more. But no, not going to do this tonight. We're going to have some joy tonight.
They looked great tonight.
I got to throw out.
The Bulls are back, y'all.
You know what's about to make this
go to the
better?
Finals.
You know what's going to
Screw Cleveland.
Uh-oh, let them go.
No, I'm good. No, it's just a little mini burst.
Little burst. I know it's going to make you feel
sweet,
better.
Sweet delusions
Can
among
I ask
Bulls
you guys
Nation.
about a different player real quick? I know what you want to get to, Dave. Give me like.
Oh, you know what I'm getting to.
Give me like 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, get them vocals warm.
No.
Get them warm.
It's not time for Goon yet.
Let him talk. We're getting there. I just said get them
I have a question about a different player.
What's that?
Patrick Williams looked like a player tonight.
He did.
What were
and
you,
I will
did you guys
see you,
like
Patrick
it?
Williams, 14 points, and raise you Matas Buzelis' 30 freaking one.
Okay.
where I wanted to
30 freaking one.
Okay.
Thanks, Katie.
Why has this kid been only playing 15 minutes in games even recently as a starter? Well, he wasn't having a very good night tonight. Okay, cool. Did we watch him cook the hell out of Luka Doncic? Behind the back,
Dude, he cooked them.
baseline,
Cooked them.
after a quick little pump fake, got Luka off his toes.
Fried them
Dude,
to the side with cheese.
making good, smart off-ball cuts, confident off-ball cuts, something we've been begging Patrick Williams to do for nearly on 5 years now. And then my favorite part about Matas is the confidence.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because we've seen him fight to get minutes as a rookie.
Yeah.
We've seen him get the quick leash, the quick yank from Billy for a mistake or maybe 2 mistakes in the span of a few minutes.
Yeah.
It's got to be frustrating for a rookie who wants to prove himself, who wants to play.
Mm-hmm.
He had a really strong start to this game and was 5 of 9 at halftime for, I think, like 10 for 10 points. But he was in that 5 of 9, 0 of 4 from downtown. Like, that 3 balls just still isn't quite there for Matas. You know, he's been shooting poorly behind the 3-point line since he became a starter. We were talking about that the other day.
Yeah.
Does he let that bug him? No, because he still keeps his movement around the arc. He still finds good looks that come his way when he gets open. And in the second half, he went 5 for 6 behind the 3-point line.
Damn.
After going 0 of 4 in the first half.
Wow.
God, I love this kid's confidence. Also, shout out to Casey Johnson because he has a great Matas quote post-game. Speaking of this kid's confidence, I told Billy Donovan, I want to be pushed to the limit. I want to be the best player ever. That's just how I think. He's done a great job, Billy, holding me accountable. And I thank him. When he takes me out for a mistake, I get better. End quote. Might drive us Bulls fans who want to see more Matas a little cray-cray when Billy gives him the quick hook.
A little bit.
But, I mean,
dude,
to break all 4 of your threes in the first half and then take 6 more in the second and hit 5 of them.
Confidence.
God, I love it.
You're right. And also was second on the team in plus minus. Was plus 26.
Oh my God.
He was amazing, man. Like a great game. You know you're having an amazing game when you have 2 rebounds and 1 assist. We don't give a damn. We're like, dude, you had 31 points. You had 31, and it was like a quiet 31 because of what the Bulls are doing on the floor. Like, this was a legit – this was, if you're counting this as like the Bulls' big 3, this was that on steroids tonight. watching Giddey do what he did, watching Coby do what he did, and watching Matas do what he did in 29 minutes. Didn't even really get over 30 minutes. He's dropping 30. That is just ridiculously impressive, watching what that young rookie did tonight on a huge stage. I can't emphasize that enough. The stage is colossal out there in L.A., man, and he did it like it was nothing, like he was supposed to. The first highlight is the one you mentioned, Matt, the behind the back on the baseline, finished with the jam on Luka, and not only does it, but then stared right at him.
Stared Luka down,
Stared
man.
him right at, dog. Like, what? What, dude? Yeah. I don't care who you are. He's running over to guard LeBron James. Like, he's guarding whoever he had to on the floor. I thought he was really solid defensively also. I thought his help defense, which we've all talked about, was good on him coming into the league. We thought his help defense was great. I think that definitely shined through also tonight. What do you have? One steal, no blocks, but yeah, that one steal. But just the 12 of 18 shooting is great. And the 10 threes is great because he was on fire, like you said, in that second half. But he just wouldn't stop moving. He's part of that constant motion of that Bulls offense that does not stop. When they get that ball, they are gone, and he is going to the bucket. When Giddey got his 17th assist, it was a kick on over to Matas, who finished with the flush. And then Matas hits the three, and then the steal by Giddey, and then over to Coby White, hits the three, game over. Like, it was the perfect scenario if you're looking at this team as their big three. It was the perfect scenario tonight.
Yeah, I think a couple things on Matas for me is, number one, we talked about him as a draft prospect and during Summer League. And the things that I was most impressed with was his ability to create off the dribble. And like, for a guy his size, there's just not a lot of people who are really shifty, who have real tight ball handling skills, and who can create their own offense. We have not seen a ton of that from Matas. The times we have seen it, it's been a little choppy. Maybe he's lost his dribble, or he's like been a little hesitant, or the defense has caught up and he's lost the advantage, or he's just like made the wrong decision. That happens with young players. I'm not worried about that. But that move on Luka on the baseline was like, okay, yeah, like he still has that skill that I think can be a real difference maker for a guy. And like, I know Bulls fans have been frustrated with the approach from Billy in terms of like putting winning before playing time. But I think overall they've done like a very good job with Matas and the way that they've brought him along. There's times where I would like to see more of him for sure. But Coby had a quote a couple weeks ago that really actually sold me on this. Okay. And he was saying, I pulled it up here. This is a quote from Coby after a couple of games ago. He said, "The biggest thing for me in realizing that I needed to get better and attack that head on, coach challenged me every day. He was on my ASS every day. He was on me every day to put winning first. As a young player coming into the league, you are so overwhelmed with what you want to do. These things, and I'll have goals and something that can get in your way of that. What's really important." And that's kind of how I was, honestly. So coach really transformed my mind to put winning first and whatever it takes to win. And that changed my mindset. And that's when I started to develop my game physically on the court, but also mentally as a leader. I give him a lot of credit for never giving up on me and continuing to be on me each and every day and seeing what was in me when I couldn't see it. And so I think like one, just like a lot of, Coby's just been so great with the media in terms of like being introspective and being honest, and looking at himself and understanding where he needs to improve. That's like the sign of a player who's going to continue to improve, and a great leader. But it also has changed my perspective on, like, for example, last game, Matas did not play much in the second half. Yeah. He got pulled, barely re-entered the rotation, did not have a great game. And so when he comes back and plays like this after that, like, to me, that's a sign of exactly what Coby's talking about, and exactly the quote from Matas earlier that we just talked about too, of like, these are the things that I have to do in order to play within my role that contribute to our team's winning. And if I do that well, I will get more playing time. And gradually over time, we will expand that box. And we'll get to see more of what he can do within that. I think the baseline drive against Luka is a great example. Yeah. If they can continue to expand what he does and put his ball handling on display a little bit more and allow him to create off the dribble and off closeouts, that's a really interesting player. That's a player who at 6'10" is going to be a real matchup problem for teams. If he can continue to shoot well, like, it's been up and down, but if he can shoot consistently, defend at a high level, and attack closeouts at 6'10", with an athlete who can run in transition, that's a very good player. And so I think the way to do that is to gradually expand what he can do and give him more opportunity and more runway, assuming he gets the little stuff right that keeps him on the floor. And yes, it's frustrating at times. I think it's probably frustrating for him too. And I think in general, like the approach should be to like make sure he gets those minutes, but he has been. And I think there's been times where he's played well and times where he hasn't. That's how it is with young players. But when you can see over time, the trajectory is a straight line up, that's how you know you're doing it well. And that's what we've seen with Matas. He's been playing, he's had some bad games, he's had some good games, but I think overall he's getting better and doing it within the role that they're asking of him in the style of play that they want him to play.
And a tip of the cap to Billy Donovan as well, because that's twice today we've heard him mention from those players, Matas Buzelis and Coby White, about what his coaching has done for them and their play. So tip of the cap to the coach, Billy Donovan.
I think the average Bulls player likes Billy Donovan a lot more than the average Bulls fan.
Ding, ding.
I think that's a pretty safe statement to make.
Ring that bell.
Shout out to David Tabb, who said, yes, finally get to watch live from Luke Longley's Perth, Western Australia. Shout out, Longley.
Shout out.
P.S. 800 people watching and not even 300 likes. What's happening, Queen Katie? Let's get the likes up. We're not going to get a good in the night until we get to 300 likes at least.
I even put instructions in the chat.
She put instructions.
How much easier do I have to make it? It's free, you guys. It's free.
It's free to do. You press a button, and the button says, hey, here's a like.
What are you waiting for?
It's just free to do, and it makes Katie happy.
It does.
On a night where it's past midnight.
It's nearly 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Chicago Central Standard Time.
That's all she wants.
They did make it worth the late show.
Oh, of
they
course.
Did.
I mean,
really did.
That is a game worth staying up for.
Yes.
I'm not even mad.
Not even mad.
I'm not even mad. It's amazing. The Bulls ate the whole wheel of cheese tonight.
Yes, they did, man. You know I don't speak Spanish, and there's 300.
Anchorman? Don't tell me you've never seen Anchorman.
I have. I just don't remember that quote.
He's talking to his dog Baxter.
Okay, it's been a while since I've seen it, but I'd believe you.
He pooped in the refrigerator.
I'm going to be on you.
And look, I didn't mean to be maybe as dismissive as I was about Pat when Katie said, hey,
he actually did play very well.
He played his best game of the season.
There were beads of sweat.
Yes.
There were shots being knocked down.
Yes.
There was movement.
Yes.
I think I saw him run a couple times.
He had a pulse.
I think I saw him jump a couple times.
Oh, man, the pulse, he was like, man, it was his best game by far of the season. This season, it was the best. Like, hitting his threes, he did that. He took 7 of them. He hit 4 of them.
And one was like a heave at the end of the first quarter that,
correct.
If he wiped that one out, it looks even better.
I mean, 5 of 8 shooting, 14 points for him, almost to that 20, like 6 away right there.
So close.
So close. In 22 minutes, he did this. And with 3 rebounds and 3 assists, and no turnovers. Like, that's been a rarity, as of late for a guy like Patrick Williams. A plus 16 tonight for Pat. This is a perfect bench stat line for that man right there. This is perfect. If he puts up this kind of stat line on a consistent basis, my God, yes, I would be happy and excited and take that for him, man. So, yes, on the No Excuses Tour, this is the first sellout on the No Excuses Tour for Patrick Williams, man. The stadium was sold out in L.A. Shout out to him. He put on a performance, and he had an encore. He did his thing. Shout out. I'm very happy for him, man. I really am. Because I get sick of speaking ill about Patrick Williams, man. I really do. But, man, you give that man his praise when he did it. And not only that, he showed you how engaged he was by what he was doing with LeBron James, because he was playing really aggressive defense on LeBron, man. And it was noticeable. Like, Will was pointing it out, though. Like, dude, it's noticeable when he's doing these kind of things. And the Bulls need him to do those kind of things if they want to be the team that they want to be. I was really proud of him doing it on both sides of the floor. I hope it continues. Please let it continue, Patrick. Please let it continue, man. I will buy more tickets to the No Excuses Tour, sir. Let's get it on. Oh, I'm proud of him.
Also, awesome off the bench, Dalen Terry had a really nice night.
Let's go.
And I think back-to-back really good games,
yes,
right?
back-to-back.
Getting
comfy.
13 points, 4 and 4 with 2 steals, 6 of 12. I thought he was driving well. He was attacking the basket, a couple of really nice passes. He, again, fits into the mold of the style that the Bulls are wanting to play, and that caters to his skill set, right? And it detracts from his weaknesses.
Yeah.
He also was aggressive taking threes. That is really half the battle. If you're just unwilling to take them and then you don't drive either and now you're just stagnating and you don't know what to do and now the Bulls have to totally reset their offense, that's where you get in trouble. But he'll either get him up or he'll drive into the lane and make a play. Yeah. And Dalen, like, he's a hilarious kid and just a hard worker. And I really want to see him succeed. And like these last couple of games, it feels like he's starting to understand how he can do that. Not just like what I think earlier on in the season, he was like getting acquainted with the role that they're asking of him and what they wanted to do. And now he understands what that is. And he's starting to figure out how he can succeed with that. A lot of it with Patrick and Dalen is like, are the shots going in? But to me, it's more about the process and are you doing the right things and understanding what you need to do out there to be successful. I think it's the same with Matas too. It's all these young players where they just need to understand how to succeed in their role. And then that's where you can start to expand it out. Yeah.
And again, no turnovers for Dalen Terry. He was a +9. Shout out to him, man. Great game for those
knocked
guys.
Down one of those threes, and then one of them, it nearly killed a spectator. Real quick before we get to Goon, shout out to JC Quintos in the comments who said, shout out to a rare Sticks sighting. I thought he died. Jalen Smith, referring to Sticks, the nickname there. He was essentially a DNP tonight. 4 minutes of mop-up duty. Yeah. And, we can maybe get into that in one of our off-day shows tomorrow. The Bulls are off Tuesday, Wednesday. Tomorrow we'll have pods then. But, yeah, so, again, essentially it's Vooch still here. Mm-hmm. Collins gets the backup big minutes, and Jalen Smith shoved down in the end.
Yeah, our man out.
With that, do we have enough likes to figure out who the Goon tonight is, Katie?
You damn right.
I mean, I would like to get to 350, but I'm okay with this for now.
Okay. Well, keep hitting that like button while
I appreciate her greed.
You hear the Goon of the night.
But it's Goon time.
Nominations.
Oh, it's Goon time. Hand up right there. Show them the manicure, Katie. Let the world see it because it's coming across the front of your throat because you got to get yourself ready. Hit him, Katie.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man now. I'm the man.
Woo! Because it's Empire Today presenting Goon of the Night. Because all they do is floors, 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 no matter what. 588 to 300. Katie!
Empire
Today. Let's go.
Today. Oh.
Woo!
Oh, that is so worth it.
300 likes. That's all it takes.
That's all it takes. Oh, it's so worth it. I love it. It was great. It was awesome. Just like this. Comes out. And it's been coming out more and more. After the All-Star break is the Goon of the Night. Shout out to our peoples over at Empire Today. Matt Peck, we will start with you, sir. A bunch of people are nominated in this. Let's find out where it's going. Matt Peck, Goon of the Night.
You could probably make an argument for just about everybody who played tonight in one way or another. Mm-hmm. My nomination goes to Matas. Career high 31. I was already talking about the confidence to rise and fire in the second half after going 0-4 on threes in the first half. Love that. But, I mean, that move on Luka, like that's going to be everyone across the NBA being like, yo, did you see what that Bulls rook Matas did to Luka?
That's true.
Against the Lakers last night?
Great point.
That's water cooler stuff, what Matas did to Luka. Yeah. And on top of that, he buried a three in LeBron's face.
He did.
This LeBron hater loved it so much. And he's doing all of it with the swagger that I truly enjoy. And as our Uncle Will has said a couple of times about Matas, it's like there's a difference between like cockiness and confidence.
Yes.
Confidence and arrogance.
Yes.
I think for a rookie who's been fighting to get playing time, the confidence is there. And when you see it, and when you see it against players with the names like Luka Doncic and LeBron James on their court, and he's doing that stuff. Plus, I mean, the cherry on top of the cherry, that fast break that was Giddey's, I believe, 16th assist tonight. Shout out to Giddey, tying his career high with 17 assists. Incredible stuff. Working that fast break perfectly and beautifully. That tomahawk slam Matas had. I mean, talk about the exclamation point in the form of a dunk. Yeah. My goodness.
Also said he wanted to be the best player ever. That's pretty cool.
He did say that.
I like that.
He said that.
Ever.
Of course, Matt, you're such a hater that you even on a night where Giddey scores 15 points, 10 rebounds, 17 assists, and 8 steals, you still couldn't give him good in the night.
Such a hater. I honestly thought about it for giving him credit for admitting in the postgame interview, like half of those steals just fell in my lap.
I'm going with Giddey, not for the near quadruple double alone, because obviously that's a huge piece of it, but getting into it with Luka, that I like that. I like that.
Yeah, he did.
Showing a little edge. He needs that.
Yeah, he kind of baited Luka into getting a tech, which is
Baited him
delightful.
into getting a tech. And yeah, I mean, when you're in company with 2003 performance from Tim Duncan in the NBA Finals, that's goon worthy of the night, in my opinion.
It's very fair.
Humbly.
Very fair. Catherine, you're going to the night, please.
Yeah, I struggled with this one because I don't like giving my goon nomination to the player that played the best. That's just not what the award is about, in my opinion. But I have to give it to Josh Giddey tonight. Much like Will the Gottlieb, it's not because of his near quadruple double, although that is obviously very impressive. It's because he admitted that some of the steals fell into his lap.
Correct.
And like that is goon behavior to admit to the media on TV, like, hey, yeah, I put up these great numbers, but come on, they weren't all real. So Giddey for me.
All right. And I mean, man, nobody mentioned Coby like doing his
Which
thing.
is
Like,
crazy.
He was going insane.
As
out
Katie
there.
did just say, it's not necessarily good
Not
of the night, just
necessarily
not equal
to the
player of
best.
the game.
It's true.
My God.
But the goon behavior he was doing out there, my goodness.
I don't have the power to cast ties like you do, Dave. But
How about
Kobe certainly.
Kevin Herter for just continuing to have the greenest light of all
the
time?
green light. Give him the light. Give him that red velvet. Well, here it is right here. All shined up, looking nice. This is Goon of the Night. This is brought to you by Empire Today. And the award for Goon of the Night goes to Josh Giddey.
Woo!
Josh Giddey gets it for Goon of the Night. For the reasons that were stated, not just the numbers that he put up, because for me, it wasn't the numbers. That was amazing. If he got the quadruple double, I would have been like, yes, without a doubt. Like, you put up a quadruple double. But it was the shot to the chest, Will, shot to the heart, and you're too late.
Giddey gives love a bad name?
A bad name. Yes. He put that elbow right in his chest, and Giddey took it and said, "Oi, mate, what you hitting me for?" And then Luka did it again. And Giddey still was like, "Oh, that's a tickle." Like, it didn't mean anything to him. He brushed it off and continued balling out, man. He played better than Luka, which is the wildest thing that you can say right now. But he played better than him in that game. That first half, Luka had it. But that second half, man, no, Josh Giddey did his thing, and he's deserving of this. They're deserving guys. Kobe's deserving. Giddey's deserving. Dalen's deserving. Patrick is deserving. But I think this one goes to Joshua Giddey, Goon of the Night.
Fantastic. Katie, do we have a Goon of the Night winner count on Josh Giddey this season?
I know he's got
Sure,
2.
give me 2 seconds.
And these comments are just
I
killing
think
me.
he's got 2 for sure.
Why are you guys downplaying Giddey? You still hate Giddey. I literally have
He
been
just
like,
won Goon of the Night.
I don't think
ridiculous.
that's the live chat. I think Katie had scrolled up.
Are you
So
yeah,
it was
this
maybe
is not the most.
something that had been said earlier.
Oh, okay.
There's
Yep.
just so many comments. We're not going to get through them all. So make sure if you want it, send a super chat and then hit the like first, though.
Yeah.
Hit the like.
Listen to what she said.
This is Josh Giddey's 4th Goon of the Night win.
Wow.
Four
Wait,
of them
where
things.
is that on the season leaderboard?
That is first.
First.
Oh, we hate him.
We hate Josh Giddey on this show, y'all. All we do is hate on him. Never give him any credit. Never give him any love.
Never say anything nice about him. How
Oh,
dare
yeah.
you? Follow them things. Follow them things.
Oh, man.
Shout out to him.
Fake news. We are just about out of time. It is 1:09 a.m. Katie, we got some super chats we need to shout out.
Yep.
Let's do it. Shout out. Oh, Braggs, what are you doing awake?
What up, Brad?
Just kidding. Braggs, I don't think Braggs ever sleeps. Braggs threw a super chat saying Bulls are back, question mark? Yes. Back
this
to the
is the
play-in
most
tournament.
back that they've been in a long time,
It's true.
in my opinion.
It's very true.
Not all the way back, but more than previously.
The
which
most
was,
back they've been in a long time.
I mean,
9
look
games
what
under
we're talking about.
500.
Yo. Oh, my God.
Steven with a super chat saying belt to ass.
Yes. Belt to ass.
Does anybody know where this
shout
came
out to
from?
Pat Bev.
Because I saw belt to ass like when Angel Reese started saying it, and I'm wondering if she started it or if this was like a
I've
thing.
known it's been
It's
around for a few years.
It's a
Okay.
Pat Bev thing.
It's a Pat Bev thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
I
known it
like
to be
it.
around for a while. There was boots to ass.
I know
also
boost to ass, I know.
Belt to ass, like Yeah.
I like it. I'm a fan.
Mm-hmm.
Bosch with a super chat saying, still want a descending contract to make sure we don't have a Zach contract situation. That was probably when we were talking about the Giddey contract negotiations this summer.
Nope, give him the max.
Give him 100% of the salary cap, guys.
I actually saw someone say that they should give him 2 for $225, which is more than the max. So just give him that.
Damn.
Give him more than the max.
Oh, 200. Okay, sure. Yeah, that sounds fun. Debo the Black Panther with a $9.99 super chat. Appreciate you, Debo, saying games like this give me hope about the Bulls again. Also, I'm feeling hopeful for those extra hats Matt has been bullying for the past 3 years. I'll tell you what, Debo, these hats are never safe. Never.
It's true.
Hannibal with a super chat. Appreciate you saying Billy D was coaching his butt off.
He did his thing.
Did his thing.
He did his thing tonight.
I almost
for sure.
gave Billy Donovan my Goon nomination. I do want that on the record.
Is that the second almost gave Billy my nom in the last 2 games?
Probably.
Yeah.
Just, so next time it's done, people don't just shit on Will because he's usually the one that does it. I had considered it.
Point for consideration. Shout out to you, Billy.
Optimistic Bulls fan pointing out that the belt ass is big with the kiddos. It's a high school thing.
Mm-hmm. It's been around for years, trust me.
So verbal abuse. All right, y'all. Thank you for staying up late with us, or for
Mitchell Hero.
ditching out on work if you were in the middle of your workday over there in Australia, or if it was the true middle of the night for all of you Euro and Bulls fans. Shout out to all of you as well.
Yeah.
Shout out to wherever you are in Bulls Nation all across the globe for tuning into this one and tuning in anytime you do. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for the likes. Read Will the Gottlieb stuff, allchgo.com, covering this great team with his great writing. Become a diehard so you can read all of it, the very best of it. Big Dave is a BAW, BAWL Sports. I'm Bulls_Peck. We are CHGO_Bulls. The Gottlieb is at Will_Gottlieb. Shout out to the pal and producer, the one and only Queen, Katie Duffy. Pew, 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 pew. Bulls are off tomorrow. The road trip concludes on Monday against the Nugs in Denver.
Bulls are off today.
Yes, correct. As are we.
Game tomorrow.
So y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend. Get some bets in. Bet365
21
for those college hoops games tomorrow. We got 8 more on deck. Should be fun. And we will be back for pregame for Bulls Nuggets. 8 p.m. Central Tip. We're working our way back down the mountain, y'all. I love it. We will see you for a live pregame at 7:30 Central. Until then, much love. See you, Red. Be good.
George Foreman.
Josh
Rest
Giddey.
of love. Shout out to you.
Shout out, Foreman.
Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.